Hi, I'm Nicolene Peck. I teach relationships, communications, parenting, and self-government. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to help a child with OCD at home. I've had a lot of experience working with youth who have OCD. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things that you can do to help that child succeed in your home. For well over 20 years, I've been working with people around the world, helping them unite their families and helping them handle some difficult behavioral problems. So how did I start doing this? Yeah, I never thought I would be doing this all over the world. Years ago, I was just a mom minding my own business and decided that I would take in troubled teens, all between the ages of 12 and 18, who had different things they were dealing with. Things like ADHD, OCD, ODD, RAD, FAS, kleptomania, compulsive lying, anger control issues, and stuff like that. And I decided that I would teach these children that came into my home the principles and skills of self-government. When I started doing that, amazing things happened. Their behaviors started changing and they had changes of heart, which is really what I was going for. Behavior modification is one thing, but a change of heart is something that lasts forever. And I wanted them to be changed forever because they came to my home for a little bit of foster care and treatment. So not long after helping these children conquer things like their OCD, people started asking me if I would teach different places. And so now for over 20 years, I've been teaching all over the world the principles and skills of self-government. And in this video, we're going to talk about some of those key principles that you can use to handle OCD problems and other problems at your house too. In this book, Parenting a House United, and in my parenting course, which is called the Teaching Self-Government Parenting course, located on my website, teachingselfgovernment.com, I talk about 4 basic skills that we teach to children. One of those 4 basic skills is vital for helping a child who has OCD. So when a person has OCD, they are constantly thinking about the same thing again and again. It's an anxiety that repeats inside their mind again and again, so that they constantly are doing repetitive motions. So if a person learns the first of the 4 basic skills, which is to follow instructions, then that person can learn to step out of their comfort zone and instruct themselves to get past a hard moment where they are having a repeat thought occur again and again. The steps to following an instruction are: you look at the person, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, do the task immediately, and then check back. So let's say I have a child with OCD who wants to take multiple baths a day because they're worried about cleanliness, for instance. Then what I'm going to do at a time when I know they're getting a craving to take a bath is I'm going to instruct them to do something else. So I might say, I need you to come help me make lunch right now. Now remember how to follow instructions. You look at the person, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, do the task immediately, and then check back. So you need to say okay and come help me make lunch. And so then they'll look at me, even though they want to go and take a bath again today, and they'll say, okay. And then I praise them, they come and make lunch, and then they check back for the having helped me, and I praise them again. And hopefully we've crossed over that little bit of time when they're craving to take another bath. But what if they still want to take a bath even after following instruction to help me make lunch? Well, then that brings us to the second thing that we need to teach them, which is another one of those important 4 basic skills. The second skill that they really need is accepting a no answer. So sometimes you have to give them a no answer about their OCD. It's important for them to accept a no answer from you so that they can learn to accept their own no answers for their own OCDs in the future. They're growing up. They're going to be adults one day. We can't just indulge the OCDs all the time. We've got to teach them that there's a time and a place for everything, and that sometimes it's not the time and place for another shower or whatever that OCD happens to be. Maybe it's nose picking or something like that. Sometimes we just need to give them a no answer. There are 4 steps to accepting a no no answer. You look at the person or the situation, you keep a calm face, voice, and body, you say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, and then you drop the subject. Dropping the subject is the hardest part for a person with an OCD because they continually repeat or loop the thoughts in their head again and again. This is what that obsessive part of the OCD is. The compulsion comes after they ruminate and obsess on it again and again. So if you can stop it at the obsession part, give a no answer, and help redirect them with an instruction after the no answer, then you can stop the compulsive part. Before I get to my next point, subscribe to this channel. There are many videos like this that come out every week and you won't want to miss them. Hit subscribe now. Children who have OCD need to take ownership of that OCD so that they can actually let some of it go. Sometimes they feel like it's something that's happening to them, which makes it seem harder to control. Instead of recognizing that it's a thought thing that goes on inside their head that they absolutely have control over. So what I always did with my foster children who were struggling with OCD is we would have meetings. We would have a parent counseling session where we would talk just about the OCD behavior that we were wanting to address at the time. And we would make a plan for how they could handle this OCD behavior. And then in the minute we follow through with that plan, whether it's giving them a no answer and then an instruction, or just giving them an instruction so they don't think about it when that time's coming up, when they usually think about it, I help them become successful because of these meetings. Then every week in the Peck family, we have regular meetings. We have couples meetings, family meetings, but we also have individual mentor meetings with our children. In these individual mentor meetings, we check up on how they're doing with some of their target issues. So if a child has OCD, that would be one of their target issues that we might be working on. Maybe one particular OCD at a time, because if you try to tackle all of them at the same time, that gets very overwhelming. So I suggest one at a time. So then you target that OCD by discussing it weekly and then correcting it as need be throughout the week, giving no answers, giving instructions, teaching them to give themselves no answers and instructions, and seeing how they are progressing with overcoming some of their OCD tendencies. OCDs are hard to overcome, especially if a person truly has OCD disorder. There are a lot of thought patterns that have to be shifted. Your brain forms paths, and these paths become so powerful that you just go there on autopilot without even thinking. So you have to have patience with yourself if you have OCD. You have to have patience with your children if your children have OCDs as well. And just recognize that there will be ups and downs, but just stay the course with following instructions, accepting no answers, and making sure that you have your meetings to check up. There are other things too that you can do. I don't have time to share all of them with you in this video, but I have another video that goes into some great detail about how we can adjust our frame of mind, how we can detach some of the emotion from our hopes and desires so that we can become more successful. That class is called The Expectation Trap versus the Cycle for Success. Go ahead and click on the link to go to that video now, and you will learn a lot more about self-government, and it should help everyone create happier days and better bonding at your house.